My name is Ahmad Jomaa, and I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Molecular Physiology and Biological Physics, and I'm a mentor on the T32 Molecular Biophysics Training Grant.
And I'm Sara. I'm a current third year in the lab of Dr. Jomaa, and I'm a recipient of the Biophysics T32. A big part of being part of the T32 training program for me is getting the opportunity to not only interact more closely with a lot of professors and mentors in the department and get more one-on-one feedback than maybe I would have gotten if I wasn't part of the T32, but I also think it gets me to consider my project from a viewpoint that I really haven't thought about previously.
Yeah, I mean, this is very cool because we think about studying the ribosome, how it's a machine that makes proteins and connects how you make a protein to downstream processes like targeting or processing or quality control. And we use particularly cryo-EM in the lab, but I think the training grant forced us to think a little bit just outside that. So it's very important to think about collaborations and interdisciplinary when you're in a training program than just being in a single lab.
I think that a lot of people have put in a lot of work to make these training grants, these training programs possible for the students here. And I think that the amount of effort and the amount of enthusiasm and engagement that you put into these training programs is what you're going to get out of it, right? I think that being able to build a training community here is really, really cool. And I think that that's only going to be facilitated when you have students that are willing to engage and you have people that are willing to show up to these meetings and are willing to listen to you talk about your research and ask you questions that either challenge what you've been doing or even simply asking for clarification, forcing you to explain things that maybe you haven't had to talk about before.
Thinking about getting enough mentorship, check the mentors list on that training grant, see if there's something or someone the research program would also complement closely what you're studying, would make definitely a great benefit to be on that training grant because you want to chat more with these mentors. Being part of a community at the training grant eventually will grow into a large cohort of students that they can talk to each other. So if you see yourself also being part of that community, I think that would be definitely a good idea to try to join this, not only for 1 year, but also go beyond that 1 year and then keep going to these seminars or lunches and then listen to other people's projects. That definitely makes a big impact in research.
I knew I had done structural biology up until this point. I knew I wanted to expand, and I think UVA gives a really good platform to facilitate that. I think that the T32 program here gives you a little bit of a better platform with which to reach out to other professors, to talk to other people in different labs, to ask to use equipment, to ask to learn how to do different assays. And I think that's something that people can absolutely do independently. I think that we've been able to reach out to a lot of professors very easily, and people always have the availability and the willingness to meet, chat with us, and then see how they can help. And I think that's been great.